EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martin here with your outlook for April 17th, 2024. It is Wednesday, middle of the work week, and the Wednesday video forecast is proudly sponsored by Sylvestra Incorporated in Gwinnett Valley, Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Sylvestra is your preferred contractor for paving, concrete, and site solutions. They have been happily serving Bucks and Montgomery counties for the past 4 generations, from residential driveways, patios, and walkways to commercial parking lots and roadways. If you have been considering upgrading your outdoor space, Sylvestra is second to none in decorative concrete design and solutions. Visit their website at sylvestra.com, that's SILVESTERA.com, or call them for a free consultation at the phone number above me here in the video, 215-659-8757. Mention you saw this ad on the EPAWA video to receive 10% off any residential service for the 2024 season. They are Sylvestra Incorporated in Gwinnett Valley, Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, proud sponsors of the Wednesday video forecast. So we have unsettled weather to end the week here from mid to late week, but it is not going to be raining most of the time. When we hear the word rain lately, we're like cringing because like, oh man, we don't need any more rain. My yard's still a swamp, even though we had some dry days. We can't take on any more rain. Well, and I can attest to that because I have not a huge yard, but just under a half acre, right? But it's enough that it has to be cut like constantly. And I did my first cut 2 weeks ago. I did another one last week, and then one yesterday. And a week apart, it looks like I didn't even touch it so far this year because it's growing so fast. And that's a byproduct of having so much rain over the past couple of months. Some places are sitting here, 6 inches or so above average year to date. So we're definitely above average in rainfall, and that is something we don't need, okay? But we can't do anything about it, of course. But I do have good news for you in the sense that this mid to late week rainfall that we're going to be getting is not going to be that impressive, okay? So a little showery, a little unsettled, a little cool, chilly, but it will be... it won't be too bad. So we have a warm front moving through today. This warm front is in association with this area, low pressure up here in the Great Lakes. There's a warm front sitting out here like this. The warm front's initially going to move through this afternoon, and we're going to have some scattered showers with that. Then we're going to get a break in the action where we just have a few isolated pop-up stuff behind it. Not a real big deal, but a little isolated stuff after that. There's going to be a cold front that's going to come through. Here behind it, and that will be on late tonight. So not much precipitation with that, though, as that moves through. There could be in our eastern areas to start out at least the opportunity for some showers on Thursday morning, but it's starting to look less and less likely, and this might be far enough east where it just misses us entirely for the daylight hours of Thursday. So you might have a stray shower Thursday. It doesn't look like a big deal. Once you get to Friday, we have another cold front moving at us. The European model is not doing anything with it. It just makes this fall apart too. So again, you're not getting a lot of precipitation from this at all. And this would be late Friday night into Saturday morning. But Saturday morning, again, might be dry for most areas except far southeast. And that would just be in the early morning hours, and that's it. So... after that, we turn drier. Okay, so here is the NAM high-res future simulated radar. We do have the NAM back today. Taking a look at 10 o'clock this morning, you see all this mess in western Pennsylvania. This is ahead of the warm front that's going to be moving through today. Okay, so I move this forward, and I'm using the composite reflectivity here, which picks up on absolutely everything. It's not just the 1 kilometer AGL, which looks like that. Not as exciting. Okay. This is picking up everything. It picks up drizzle, picks up the really light stuff, and this is going to move through during the course of the afternoon. As you see here, this is 2 p.m. Moving this forward, and we get to 6 p.m. This is an important time frame here because this is the back edge of this. South Philadelphia is right here. We have a Phillies game at 6:05. Where we do think this game will be played this evening. Might have a delayed start maybe if this doesn't get out of here fast enough, but it does look like it gets out pretty quick. Just a spotty shower around after that through the course of the evening, so we might have to dodge that, but it doesn't look like it's going to be anything too disruptive. And then when we get in the overnight hours, we have this, here's the cold front. You can see where it is right here. Cold front quickly follows that. I'll come through late in the overnight period. As we get to Thursday morning, though, which is right here, you get some showers that are just kind of like up in these areas right here. Now, this is kind of following, there's a backdoor cold front moving through. I'll show you in a second what that does. These areas here will actually warm up pretty nicely we'll have a colder influence here from the northeast with that backdoor front, and near that area of the backdoor cold front, you'll have a few showers at least early on Thursday, very early, and then you might have a stray shower throughout the day, and that's it, as you see here, and that's all we got. Okay. The NAM then brings, as we get into Friday, has another frontal boundary moving toward us Friday morning. The longer range NAM, which is right here, makes this fall apart pretty much too. Just a few hundredths of an inch as this moves through on Friday afternoon. And then we have another one late Friday night. This is the main cold front moving through. A few showers late, very late in the pre-dawn hours on Friday night, or pre-dawn hours of Saturday. And then there is 8 a.m. Saturday. It's moving off to the south and east, and then clouds will give way to sun on Saturday. It's a lot of information it gave you, but the end result here is not a lot of precipitation. This is the NAM 3 kilometer through Thursday at 6 p.m., and there's not a lot here. The highest amounts actually is up here across near I-80, okay, northern areas and eastern areas, right in these areas. These are the areas within our region that shows anywhere between like 0.2 and 0.4. It's not a lot, but that's a cumulative total from everything today through Thursday evening, and then south of there it gets incrementally less. So you get about a 0.1 or 0.15 or thereabout. It's not very much, okay? So you're not getting a lot of precipitation. And this is the NAM 3 kilometer, which is usually overdone anyway, so don't expect too much here over the next couple of days. And same thing here on Friday with that quick couple hundredths of an inch moving through in the afternoon, and then late in the overnight, Friday night, and very early Saturday morning, couple hundredths of an inch there. So it doesn't add up to much. This isn't gonna make anything more swampy, but it will be unsettled here over the next couple of days. Here is that backdoor cold front I talked about on Thursday, and you can see where the influence is like this. So there's where the cooler temperatures are. You can actually get up in parts of extreme northeastern Pennsylvania, up by Lake Wallenpaupack up here. Over into parts of northwestern New Jersey, you might not get out of the 40s for highs on Thursday in some areas. Now, we want to, on our, if you see above me, we have 50 to 62 as a spread. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't get out of the 40s in some of those locations up there. But you see on the opposite side of the front, we got 60s here. 60s out here by State College, by Harrisburg and Lancaster. You're on the opposite side of that front. If this front ends up being a little bit further southwest, you won't be in the 60s. By the same token, if it's a little bit farther northeast, you might have somewhere like a fringe area like maybe Reading or Pottstown or parts of south central New Jersey, just getting into the 60s as well. But right now, this is what the NAM has, and it has where the backdoor front is. So there's going to be a stark difference in temperature between our southwestern areas. So that 50 to 62, again, might actually be 40s, mid 40s to 62. The 62 would be maybe in our far southwestern areas near Harrisburg or Lancaster, okay? Northeast would be the cooler areas here on Thursday, okay? Once we get beyond this system, once we get into Saturday, we will have clouds giving way to sun. It is going to become partly cloudy on Saturday. Temperatures are going to recover, and we'll have temperatures that are getting up into the 60s, either side of the middle 60s here on Saturday. Sunday, we're going to take a step back, and we have this little bit of a trough influence off to our north, so we're going to have temperatures on either side of 60 degrees, but still intervals of clouds and sun expected on Sunday. This system here is projected to stay off to our south early next week, which means we will stay dry, and we'll be back to mostly sunny skies here on Monday, with temperatures rebounding again to the middle 60s, and we remain in the mid to upper 60s by the time we get to Tuesday. Another system might be coming at us in the middle of next week, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. It does look like we're going to have about 4 days, consecutive days of dry weather, Sunday through Tuesday of next week. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for April 17th, 2024. Have a great Wednesday.